What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Reality Pill. Today, we are going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Here we go. Hi, Zoe.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'll make sure everybody can hear you first. I'll make sure
I'm
everybody
good.
can
You're
hear
kind of
you
breaking
before we
my
get
heart
into the.
tonight.
Hold on just a second. I want to make sure everybody can hear you. Can you guys hear Zoe? Let me go ahead and bring you on right here. Can you guys hear Zoe? Go ahead and speak.
Hi.
Hi. So, what's going on? You're the dog. You're like the dog whisperer, right? You have like several dogs.
Yes, I do. I have 3 dogs and a cat.
Okay. All right. I'll take. So, what's going on? Tell me some dog stories. What did I miss?
Okay, well, first, oh, I don't know what happened. Um,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
so can we talk about depression?
Depression?
Like,
What about it?
yeah. I mean, like, dogs help with depression. So
I
I think
get. Oh,
for
okay.
most
So
people,
are we gonna talk about justifications for owning a dog?
yes.
All right. No, because here's
Okay.
why I'm not gonna do that. Because basically it gives a reason. How about you just get a man?
Because I was too young. I mean,
No,
I mean,
no, no, no.
I
You
had a
see what?
man.
Okay, I gave you 9 reasons plus why dogs are an impediment to dating. And if we allow for depression, it'd be no different than take it away from dogs. Well, can we talk about why so many women are obese? Well, let's talk about hyperthyroidism.
Yeah,
No,
you're
man,
right.
that's not the greater point. The greater point is you it's a feeling an emotional void that a relationship should fill.
What if we had it when we were like a kid? You know, like I got my first dog when I was in high school. So, like, I can't just get rid of the dog because I have a man that doesn't like the dog.
Well, how about this? Well, if you had to guess, what percentage of single professional women own dogs?
um, Black or everybody?
I don't know, give black. I don't care. Pick either one, doesn't matter.
Like 60, 65,
Okay, and what percentage of single professional men own dogs?
30? I don't know.
Why do you think half men own dogs versus women own twice as many? Why?
Um, because men go out and do more.
No, because men are freaking practical. And we know that a
Okay.
dog is a child. And everything that I just ran down, dogs interfere with. So we say frick that because I value relationship over dogs. You guys are lazy and you want it all.
Okay.
I'm just giving you to a raw lady because it's like basically what you want men to accept is the fact that you have a dog before you have a family.
um, sure, yeah. I
No.
want to I mean, I see what you're saying entirely, but I think that sometimes we just already have the dog. Like, what if we were married, got a divorce, and we had a dog from the
Okay, well, I'm
marriage?
not talking about that. See, you keep wanting to go to the very narrow things.
Sorry.
Let's be real and stick to what happens most of the time.
You're right.
Why don't you want to do that? Because that means you're wrong. In this argument, that means you're wrong. Yeah, I bought a dog for a selfish reason, and now I have something that I feel I love and I care for, and I can't, and I'm emotionally tied to it. And I can't get rid of it. But that's the problem. You're emotionally tied to something that you won't get rid of, and it takes the space where a man should be.
Um, I suppose, but I think it's different for everybody. I think
Uh,
everybody has their reason for getting a pet.
well, I can't keep going back to the different reasons, and you don't want to just deal with the fact of not making it personal.
I just think that there's other ways to go about
Well,
it.
then how
Like,
should
I
it
mean, I
happen?
don't
Then
think that
how should
it's
then
really
when I tell you? But then here we go, Zoe. See, Zoe, you're the dog sitter, and you encourage a new way of pet parenting. Here goes some of the reasons. One, no more spontaneity. How do you handle that, Zoe?
how do I handle what? Can you repeat that?
No spontan. Okay, I don't know what's going on with your microphone. Maybe
No,
it's somebody else. Maybe it's somebody
no
else.
spontaneity.
No spontaneity.
Um,
Spontaneity. How do you handle that?
um,
How do you
with
handle no spontaneity? Complicated sleepovers. If I want to stay at your place, uh, fighting over the dog getting in the bed. Bed smell like dogs.
I think that
Jealousy.
all has to be
Hold on. No, I'm gonna give you 9 reasons.
sorry.
The jealousy that comes along from a pet, and the jealousy from your new partner for your pet. No stressful vacations. We either got to pay to have the dog boarded, or we got to bring her with us. Either way, it sucks. Arguments over training, outdoor eating, canceled plans, and breakups. 9 things. Tell me how you Tell me how you navigate that to where a man is okay with it.
By training the dog and getting the dog out of the bed and putting it away when somebody comes over and paying for your own boarding or working at a daycare so you get free boarding. Like,
Okay,
it's simple.
so you mean to tell me that all females that own dogs should do this? They should all
I
work
think
it. They should. Okay, no, Zoe, listen.
not working boarding, no,
Listen,
I just
listen,
think that
listen, listen, listen. A female should do all that. They should train their dogs better. That's not gonna happen.
if that's why you have me. I train people how to train their dogs
Right. And you live in
responsibly.
what city?
Marietta.
Right.
And in the
And how
Inland
many dogs? No,
Empire
no, Zoe. How many dogs do you train? How many clients do you have?
for dog training, or
Yes.
I mean, okay, for dog training, just 2, 3. But
Right. And how many?
I mean,
No, listen. And how many millions of people live here in Atlanta?
we're
How many hundreds of thousands? How many thousands of single women that have dogs? See, what you're saying doesn't make any sense.
there's trainers out there.
Oh Jesus.
I just there's YouTube. We just if more people knew about it, we could
No,
do
Zoe.
better.
Here's the problem, and I'm glad you called in because I'm a man and I'm telling you the problem, and you keep trying to get men to go along with what you think is right. We're not going to do it. You're going to
Okay.
get on our program, or you're going to stay single. That's it. That's it. You're not going to get men to accept in mass that we need to accept your dogs that we wouldn't even buy ourselves for the same reasons.
Okay. Well, okay.
I'm just saying, men don't buy dogs for these reasons. They're too much responsibility as a single person. It's a family pet. Get a family first, then get the pet. I know this is
Okay.
different for you because you're in the business, but even you look around and say you don't have thousands of professional women coming to you every week to learn how to do the stuff you just said.
I just started. Like, I think that they're out there. More people are starting to get
Right. I live in Atlanta and I don't see it.
okay. I'll admit I don't know if it's out there yet, but in the
It's
West Coast,
not. It's
and I know
not.
it's in Baltimore, it's
It's
very pet
not.
friendly.
Okay, do you guys understand what's going on? And this is how hard a woman will. This is the problem. Look at how hard she's advocating for. Well, it can happen. Just like that woman last night, 30 years old, not being able to accept the reality that your children diminish your value. Zoe, men don't want to have to compete with dogs.
I understand. I agree. I
Then
do.
why would you then what's the solution?
Better pet ownership.
No, that's not the solution.
Like, I mean,
That is not
where
the
dogs
solution.
can
That is
go?
not the
Where
solution. That is not the
what happens to the
solution.
dogs then?
That is not the solution.
What happens to the dogs?
That is not the solution. That is not the solution. The solution is not better pet ownership. Better pet ownership is going to end up doing what? It's still basically saying, do what I want as a dog, as a woman and a pet owner. Fuck what you want, man. That's what you're basically saying.
No, and I don't encourage people to go out and get dogs while they're single and if they can't afford it. And there's a lot of things. I don't think that everybody should have a dog. It's just that I think that if you already have a dog, then you should be
You just
responsible.
spoke at you got two you just spoke of two minds. See, the first one where you were honestly trying to be reasonable. You don't encourage people to go do it. Why?
Because I don't think that everybody's ready for a dog. I,
Why?
I'm talking. I'm
Why?
thinking from
Why?
the dog's
Why? Why?
perspective
Why? Why?
because they are trying to live their life and do other things. So
Right.
it
So stop right
becomes an
here.
investment.
Stop right here.
This moment shows the truth because she finally stops making excuses and gets honest. Not about the dogs, not about men, but about her own emotional issues. She admits she should have gotten therapy first, that she used pets to avoid dealing with problems she never fixed. And that's where Kevin pushes harder, because once you see the truth, you have to take responsibility. This is what happens when people try to feel comfortable before actually fixing what's broken. The dog didn't mess up her dating life. Her emotional problems did. The pet just filled a space she didn't want to deal with. And until she admits that every attachment she made came from being emotionally unhealthy, the same pattern will keep repeating. This moment shows the real issue. It's not the dogs. It's the emotional dependence underneath them. And unless that changes, nothing else will.
Stop right there. They shouldn't have done it. Just like people aren't ready to have babies, but they go ahead and do it. That doesn't mean we
Right.
keep telling people that it's okay. You're still trying to say, well, they shouldn't, but if they do, we should make it better. No, we should just say you shouldn't do it.
No, I'm just saying that there's certain people that should go
Who?
and get dogs
Who?
and
Who?
people that are ready to
Who? Are these people single?
they can be, in my
Right.
opinion, yeah.
All right. And
I
how old are
mean,
you?
23.
Right.
I mean, it would be perfect if people were not single and if the dog had a mom and a dad, but I think sometimes dogs come to us and cats. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guess we just have to agree to disagree.
No, we don't have to agree to disagree about nothing. Because I know what you're saying is because you love pets, but I'm telling you, what you're talking about is the folly that so many women deal with. Just because you're all in your emotions. Tell me what your
And
fiance thinks.
I'm sorry.
Tell me what your fiance says about it.
I'm single,
Exactly.
but there's a guy,
Uh-huh.
couple actually, and
Right.
I don't want to sound like that woman because I watch your show every
Mm-hmm.
night. But
Mm-hmm.
the the
So
guys
you're
that
just
I
saying Zoe, see, just stop. I'm gonna try to stop digging because until you start watching my show, you weren't marriage minded at all. You were
I know
you're probably damn near a feminist out here doing what
I was.
exactly. And that's why I say you know better. You were a feminist out here doing what you wanted to do, not giving a shit about anybody except girl power and living doing what you want. But it doesn't work that way when you start talking about partnering with a man.
I okay,
So
so
stop, this stop. Stop right here and listen. Stop trying to argue for something that you know in your bones when you look out that this is a problem.
I don't agree that that in
Then great,
particular is a
great,
problem. I'm sorry.
great. Don't agree. But I will tell
Okay.
you this, the men agree. Here's where rubber, and I'm trying to be nice to you because you're a sweet young lady, but here's the matter. It doesn't matter what you or women like you think. It matters what we think. In
Absolutely, yeah.
mass, because we control access to relationships, and high value men, successful productive men, don't want women with attachments.
Okay.
And you can either learn that lesson now or You can learn it later, but you're going to learn.
I believe you. I totally understand. If I
Then
could
stop
go back,
trying to. Well, then see the thing. If you could go back, you would do what?
if I would have to go back my entire life because I got my dog. I This is just the way I am. So like as I can't even say that. If I could go back, if I would get therapy instead and focus on that, focus on myself, and then go and get a dog, I guess, later on.
So you get
I
the
don't
dog
think
still before you
I,
would get the dog. You would still get the dog before you got the husband.
yeah,
Okay.
only because of my personal preferences.
Well,
So
good. So what we've just witnessed, people, is a woman who knows better. But this is why men should lead, because even when faced with brutal logic that they know is right, they still go with emotion. Zoe, you know better. You know, months ago, you were a card carrying, no armpit, no hair, no leg shaving, no dress wearing, no heel
not
feminist.
that bad.
But you've come so far, and I get it because you have a particular affinity for pets and you have a dog sitting business. But I'm
Can I just
asking
say
you,
that?
but listen,
Sorry.
I'm not asking you to talk about Zoe. I'm asking you to talk to other women, and you're still leading women down a path that you know you wouldn't even do. This is the problem I have with so many women. You know better. But then
But
when forced to,
we don't have you. I didn't have you all my life to tell me
I
that I
didn't give
wanted
a
to get
shit, but I
one.
gave you a chance to sit in. You just said it. If I could do it all over again, I wouldn't get dogs, I get therapy. And
That's
that's what you
after
should have do.
watching
And that's
you.
what you and that because therapy will make it a hell of a lot easier for you to cope through life and not need the place filler or the placebo that's a dog and likely end up having relationship with a man. See, things come in order. And it's supposed to be marry before you carry, get married before you have kids. There are women who have kids outside of order because they want something to fill that gap. There's a book called Promises I Can Keep, talking about why undereducated women have children instead of a relationship. And in the black community, women are so quick think marriage is too serious, but they'll go have babies. This is what a therapy is because you need to be able to relate to a human being, a man, before you do this. I'm not saying 100%, but we have far too many women out here who are moving like you're moving.
Not like me. Can I just say that I was always relationship minded?
All
Like
right. Okay.
I'm sorry. I was always relationship minded. And I
Uh-huh.
always wanted a family too. It's just
Right. You can't have it all. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. You cannot have it all.
so am I supposed to get rid of the dog now?
I'll tell you right.
After my
Well,
whole career
I tell
based
you,
on
I've
it?
told you, no, nope, nope. I'm telling you, here's what you do. You accept what you have to ask yourself. What do the men that you want? I would never tell women to go out and buy dogs because I know dogs are kids.
Right?
And basically telling somebody to go buy a kid that you're going to have to pour into, there's going to come in, there's going to be it's going to be it's going to be something you're going to have to try to build a relationship around. And if I, as a man that don't have a kid, and you have a kid, I'm going to go look for a woman that doesn't have one, unless you are a hell of a woman. And I'm sorry, most of you are not. So why would you throw up any real? So I hope having a dog is enough to satiate you being a spinster and dying alone.
Okay.
And you're 23. I'm
I'm
51. I've seen this too
23.
much. And you got me, and I guarantee you, come back to the comment section. Go in the chat room and forget what the women are saying, look at what the men are saying,
I
because
don't
that's what
read it.
matters.
I do not want to see what they're saying because I know.
Well, then here's the problem. When are you going to start listening?
I just
Yep. All right. Well, I've done all I can do with that one. I'm just not going to keep on going back and forth. You can believe what you want.
By the end of this call, Kevin's point is crystal clear. Dogs aren't the main problem. They're just covering up the real one. A substitute for comfort, control, and emotional stability she didn't know how to build in herself. He kept coming back to the same thing. Men aren't competing with pets, they're competing with the unresolved trauma the pets are hiding. She goes back and forth between agreeing with the facts and defending the lifestyle that came from her old broken mindset. That's the internal conflict Kevin is pointing out, the gap between what she knows and what she actually does. Women are raised to be independent, encouraged by modern culture, often form attachments before developing emotional discipline. And when it's time to build something with a man, those attachments become walls, not assets. But the real lesson comes at the end. You can't have everything. You have to choose your priorities before life chooses them for you. A relationship needs space, mental, emotional, and physical space. And until she replaces emotional band-aids with actual emotional maturity, nothing will change. Therapy isn't something you add on later. It's the foundation. Taking responsibility isn't a punishment. It's the blueprint. If she actually wants a real relationship, she has to restructure her life to make room for it, not force men to work around the coping mechanism she built when she was broken. Growth starts when the excuses stop. Stop filling gaps with temporary fixes and actually address what's broken. Stop defending what doesn't work just because it makes you comfortable. And stop expecting someone else to accept your unresolved issues when you haven't done the work to fix them yourself. If this hit home, drop a like and leave a comment with what stood out most to you. Subscribe for more straight talk that cuts through the noise. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.